Season 3 of the Dr. Tess Show. Talaga pong I can't believe third season na natin. And maraming salamat po sa inyong support mga kapuso. And this season, we promise it's gonna be even more fun and exciting as we take you along the M-Beauty family to our personal trips and our big events with some of our most favorite stars. And of course, we're gonna go over some of the latest technologies that will keep you and me looking and feeling our best. This season, I'm personally excited kasi po makakasama po natin ang ultimate idol for me, Mr. Gabby Concepcion, on a weekly segment called Gab with Dr. Tess, where we get to answer your questions. So don't miss a single episode of this season of the Dr. Tess Show. Season 3 na po tayo. Hello, I'm Dr. Tess Mauricio. We should all be beautiful inside and out. This is the Dr. Tess Show. Monet Liu is one of the pillars in the Filipino-American community in Hollywood. And he actually was one of my very, very first friends when I opened my clinic in Glendale. And since then, you know, we've kind of had this mutual respect for each other. He loves the love story of me and James, and he featured that on his Asian Journal column. And since then, we've gotten really close. Every year, he has an event he calls the Beautiful Life event. I mean, he's very proud of what I've accomplished as a Filipino-American, and he really wanted to inspire others. So he said, okay, this year, Tess, I want you to be the queen because, you know, you exemplify what I like for my queens, which is grace, class, and of course, you know, you're able to accomplish a lot in such a young age. So
it was a big night for Tess. I mean, she goes to a lot of events, but this one was a special one because she was being crowned Queen of the Philippines. Now, you know, that's what they call it. But so she was going to be Queen of the Philippines, and I guess I was King since I was escorting her. But it was a big night for her. I was very proud of her, and she carried it off well.
That was a good event. It was a fun event. You know, a lot of beautiful people.
So the Beautiful Life event, there was star-studded. Any of the big Filipino stars who are in the US and in Hollywood actually attended. Rufa Gutierrez was there, which was neat because that was the very first time I've ever seen her. She's so tall! No matter I was wearing my 6-inch heels, I was still like up to here. Janine was there as well. Janine Tagunon, which is first runner-up of Miss Universe. Beautiful, super sweet, super tall as well.
Hilda Cornell was there, along with her husband Ralph Moore. Monet was there, of course.
Anjanette Abayari was there, and Patricia Javier was there. So it was a very special night.
A lot of big names were there, and it was an honor for us to be there with them.
But of course, personally, it was very special to me because, you know, my family and my children were there.
Everybody went to the event except me because I had just had the baby. Everyone got really nicely dressed. They gave out awards for a lot of outstanding Filipinos in the area.
Of course, I can't just get away with one outfit, you know, and Monet specifically said, Tess, you need outfit changes. So my dear friend, Kenneth Barlis, who I love, you know, he is the one that actually dressed me as Mrs. Philippines San Diego when I got the crown. And I said, okay, I'm now Queen of the Philippines for a beautiful life. Show me your best.
My sister had some awesome dresses that she was wearing. Obviously, it's by Kenneth Barlas, our good friend. The first dress that she had was a blue dress, and it had this really beautiful long train. It must have been heavy, and it was just all flowers. I assume maybe about 5 feet long. And it was just beautiful because the stairs, they were, you know, she came down and the stairs were kind of curved, and it was so focal.
So dramatic. It was super heavy. I was worried that I might like fall down the stairs.
I remember we had to bring Tess's gowns. It was so heavy. My uncle and I actually had to bring a bag. People were looking at us. They didn't know if it was like a body bag. If you know, it was actually like a dead body that we were bringing up there. It's so heavy, and we had to bring it up the stairs.
The way they had it planned for her to come down the stairs as she was being introduced, it was like she was being coronated. I mean, it was a regal royal event, and there were so many people. Even though I was a guest of honor, so to speak, even I had trouble kind of working my way in and being able to see her. But it was really well done. It was beautiful.
You know what I don't understand? Women take care of their husbands, their kids, their jobs. Pero pagdating sa sarili nila, bakit wala? Bakit kaya? Showbiz is a lot like real life. If you take care of yourself, people will respect you. And you know what? If you're happier, mas masarap kang kasama.
You can look and feel beautiful at any age when you take care of your face and body. We use the latest technology to make you look 10 to 20 years younger without surgery, without the fake look.
So ladies, kahit na gaano kayo kabisi sa ginagawa ninyo, huwag niyong kakalimutan ang sarili ninyo. Take care of yourselves because, trust me, you're worth it and you deserve it. So go to the best, Dr. Tess, America's favorite dermatologist. I did, and I'm happy. Mukha ba?
So ladies, when you're ready to take care of yourself, we're here for you. Tama ba, Gabby?
Sure, Dr. Tess.
You'll be impressed with M Beauty by Dr. Tess.
In this business, your face is your number one asset. It's the canvas for all your emotions. How's that for drama?
Hilda Cornell has one of the most beautiful faces in international cinema.
So you want to be sure your face is well taken care of. So I go to the best. I go to Dr. Tess.
We customize our treatments to your individual needs. Our Time Machine program can make you look 10 years younger in a natural way. It's super high-tech and very economical.
Dr. Tess, simply the best.
It was really amazing because they got some actual Marine Corps guys there, and they were our escorts, and it was tricky because they can't stand too close to us because they might step on our gowns, and actually one of them did step on the other queen's gown. But mine, you know, because we were last, he was able to learn from the other guy's mistake and stayed a little bit away. But it was neat because these are, you know, young guys who were there serving our country, and was a nice gesture for us to kind of recognize that we are so lucky to live in America, and we're so blessed to be here, and we're privileged to help others. Well, we were so lucky that we were crowned by first runner-up for Miss Universe, Janine Tagunon. You know, it was a very special moment. And the highlight, one of the highlights of the evening, of course, is for the people to get to see her in person.
So it was really fun. I mean, you know, being her brother, and then Tess being my sister, just watching her, you know, watching her, you know, with people being so interested in her and taking her pictures. It's just funny, you know. We still laugh about it. How much interest she gets from the press, and I mean, she definitely deserves it.
Yeah, they had a little award for me, I think, because Tess was Queen of the Philippines. They had to come up with something.
And our best dressed male goes to Dr. James Lee.
I was dressed in a tux, so I was dressed nicely, but they kind of threw something my way as best dressed of the evening. Even Michael was there, all dressed up in his suit, and I think that he was actually the winner, but they gave me the award instead.
Best dressed? I just put on what she tells me to put on, and I show up.
So James got the Best Dressed award, and if you were to ask me, I mean, he looked good, but all guys were wearing tuxedos. What's the difference?
I have to thank my wife, babe. You are what you are, and you bring me up to your level. The only reason I'm strong. Thank you.
It's kind of neat because, you know, I'm just so lucky I have a husband that really is very supportive. It's one of the things that people kind of are surprised when they see the two of us. We're always together, and so I'm really happy they got to pick the male best dress of the evening, and it so happened that it was James. So it was really, really a thrill. After the coronation, I'm with Patricia Javier and Anjanette, who are both real beauty queens, and even my sisters.
We were doing this thing where we wanted to try and make the ugly crying face that all the pageant winners have, right? Granted, some people did a really good job, like Anjanette. Hers was so good. She had it spot on.
And I think we look ridiculous. We didn't look good. I don't know, the real Miss Universes, they really look good doing this.
Mine was really ugly. We had to try it a few times. So mine is a true ugly cry. I guess I can demonstrate, but it's really embarrassing. So like pretend we're like holding flowers and you're kind of saying hi to someone and you're like, it's kind of like that.
One thing I remembered about that event when I was looking through Facebook was that the photo of Angela photobombing, this one.
Okay, probably the most memorable thing that happened, and this became a huge joke, like inside joke with my family, was my photo bomb. And I hope you guys show the photo. Basically, a professional photographer was taking a photo of two people. So let's say I'm really sitting here. The two people were in the table in front of me, and it was just perfect where I was just, I was directly in the center of them. So they're posing really beautifully, and then there's me. I don't know, I was scratching my eye, picking an eye booger, and I literally was like this. And it was the funniest thing, and it was so embarrassing.
A couple of weeks or even a month after that, that was all we did. Like every photo we had Angela in the background going like this. So that was the whole thing.
I had to live that up. So I posted it on my Facebook and I said, "You're welcome, everyone, for the best photo bomb that's ever happened." So.
And of course, Tess, with her many talents, she was asked to sing, she danced, and she had, I don't know, 3 or 4 wardrobe changes. So she made the most of the evening. I was very proud of her, and she did everything perfectly, as always.
I'm so blessed to have a successful career in show business and be a wife and a mother at the same time. After my second child, napansin ko na parang tumaba ako. And I'm so lucky to find the best, si Dr. Tess.
Women's bodies change after childbirth. It's almost impossible to get back in shape after having kids. Our tickle lipo procedure will get that body back.
Ladies, we can get our sexy back.
Dr. Tess, simply the best.
I wanted to try something more natural, and when I found out about Dr. Tess, I felt immediately comfortable with her.
My husband was complimenting me and saying how young I looked, and it's nice because he's 4 years younger than I am.
The wrinkles, my skin has improved, it's tighter, it's amazing. The youthful look that I have, the freshness.
You just can't describe how it makes you feel inside. I feel good, I feel like I look good, I feel young.
The years have come off. It's a fabulous experience.
M Beauty has expanded once again. We are now open in Rancho Cucamonga. You can have your time machine treatment, consultation for tickle lipo. We have our Venus freeze treatment, acne laser treatment, acne scar treatment, and medical grade facials. Will make you look and feel your very best in 2014. Our Rancho Cucamonga office is located inside Island Pacific Market in Rancho Cucamonga.
But the best from Dr. Tess.
beautiful life of being crowned Queen of the Philippines. I'm back down to breakfast maker. I love it. So just my life, less than 12 hours after I was crowned Queen of the Philippines. Real life is, I'm just Tess. At home, I'm just Tess. I'm just mom. And so, since my family stayed overnight in Glendale, I decided to cook breakfast for them. And I do this on a regular basis. Basta I'm home, I really make a point to, cook breakfast for my kids, my family. Okay, we're gonna have some eggs, hot dogs, toast, coffee.
The
only reason
I'm here.
Tess wears many hats, and she can go from being the queen to the chef.
I asked her, have you ever been here for Monet? She's like, no, man, I do not go to events. The only reason I'm here is to support Tess. That's it.
Hilda's fan, but he needs that.
They love her though.
They need to see her.
Maybe
once.
Once in their lifetime. No, it means a lot to the people. And it's a nice time when I'm not working in the morning that I get to spend and talk and chat with my mom, who is my best friend as well. I really have a good time talking to her about everyone and anything, and we have our chismis time. And this is a good time when we do it, is when we're making breakfast. Monet is her #1 fan. Like when Monet was a teenager, he was a yung extra in her movies in the Philippines. So yeah, she said, there was one frame where I was in it with Hilda. That's when I was a teenager. And so can you ask Hilda if she can be a Lifetime Achievement Award in my show? Please, Tess, please. So I said, okay, I'll try my best. He doesn't like events. It was a really special time. And I like to just also be dressed down, relax. People think, oh, Dr. Tess like to be made up all the time because that's how they see me. But, really at home, I'm usually just wearing my, my juicy outfit. Well, I guess it's not too dressed down. Pero most of the time, I don't have full makeup and big hair and all of that.
She's dressed up and elegant in a royal costume, and she's crowned queen, and the next morning she's cooking us breakfast, hanging out in her house clothes, and we're just relaxing. So she can do everything.
We all have issues with our face and skin at any age. Now stem cell technology can help. Introducing Lifeline, stem cell in a bottle.
I found the most amazing technology. This is human stem cell technology, but these stem cells are not embryonic.
Sabi nila bumata daw ako. Tsaka nawala yung mga wrinkles, tapos nag-glow yung face ko.
Skin becomes brighter and clearer just after a few days.
Someday, stem cells will change the world. Today, stem cells will change our skin.
In my trade, people go to great lengths to look younger and more beautiful. I believe you can retain, enhance, and even turn back the clock without going under the knife.
There is no need for a facelift, a brow lift, or eyelid surgery. The Time Machine uses the latest technology to make you look 10 to 20 years younger without surgery, so you always look natural.
You should try Dr. Tess's Time Machine. I did, and I couldn't be happier.
Ang sikreto ko ho, exercise, syempre. Diet, of course, importante yun. At maraming tulog. At ang pinakasikreto ko sa lahat.
Hi, Gabby!
Dr. Tess!
Sorry, late ako
Okay lang, alam ko busy ka.
Okay, prepare ka na ha?
Okay. Gotta go. Dr. Tess Mauricio, America's favorite dermatologist. Yan ang sikreto.
So now, you ready for your next time machine?
Ready, Doc?
Let's start na.
Let's go!
You'll be impressed with M Beauty by Dr. Tess.
This season on the Dr. Tess Show, I am so excited because I get to do this Gab with Dr. Tess segment with the one and only Mr. Gabby Concepcion. And all of you know that he is my ultimate idol, and I'm sure you can relate to me. But in this segment, what we're gonna do is actually, Gabby's gonna help
Yes.
me, right? We're gonna answer questions.
We're here for love, relationships,
Love,
personalities, beauty, and name
Anything.
anything under the sun.
And then, pag-usapan nga din, how did we come up with this? Because we got together one day in California, right? Because we're doing shows together. And, we said, hey, wouldn't it be nice if we can address,
Yes.
the viewers? And you came up with this title too, right?
Well, they came up with, a lot of people have questions from anything, no? It can be beauty tips, it could be how to tie your shoe.
And you have a
my
lot of
relationship with
experience
this
in
and
a
that.
lot of different things.
Yeah, and it could be family, it could be, anything.
Relationship. So,
Yeah.
so basically, send us your questions. That's through Facebook. You can go to email. You can go to my clinic's email, and send your questions in because we may be able to answer them on the segment.
That's right. And if you forgot any of the Facebook accounts that she has, I have my own
Yes.
too. And it's gabbyconcepcion@gmail.com.
And Instagram. I'm always
Instagram,
there.
too. What's your
Concepcion Gabby. Oh, I don't know mine.
That's
but
my Instagram. Okay.
Ako, Dr. Tess Mauricio.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Concepcion
All right.
Gabby. Twitter, there's Twitter too. There's Gab's Concepcion.
But
And Facebook.
yeah, and how often are you going to have a question? You always get questions answered by Dr. Tess, but how often are you going to get a question answered by Gabby Concepcion?
Well, the more important questions I think are the ones that you will answer. Mine are, based on my experience, and let's see what comes out of that.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
I'm interested.
We're all interested about a few things here and there.
All
Stay
right.
tuned. Okay, Dr. Tess, we have a question here. This came in the internet. Okay, question is from Vancouver. What do you know? From
We have a
Marinelle.
lot of viewers of the Dr. Tess show in Canada,
Oh
actually.
yeah, we have from the East Coast to the West Coast, from Canada, and from Toronto and Vancouver. Now this one is from Vancouver, and it's from Marinelle. Maraon. Okay, she goes, Doc, I'm breaking out on my skin. And then there's what is the result of this? What am I eating? I've been eating a lot of chocolates and sweets. How about that? How true is it that pimples are caused by chocolates?
Well, this is actually a very, very common question. A lot of people that come to the clinic, tinatanong nila, is it peanuts? Is it oily food? Is it chocolates? And really, the science shows that acne is not caused by food. Although, ang sinasabi ko sa mga tao is if you know, like, pag kumain ka ng chocolate, like the next day meron kang pimples, then maybe for your particular skin, you actually that can actually happen.
That
But
happens
it's not like a general rule because acne is caused by your hormones, your genetics. Sometimes makeup is actually a more common reason that women will break out. Pero usually food not, unless you know for sure na pag kumain ka certain food, the next day you have a pimple.
These pimples and all this, Dr. Tess, I noticed a lot of teenagers get them.
Yes.
And the explanation, I just heard hormones. Is that because the hormonal change happens at that age?
What happens is when the hormones change, this happens in the teenage years.
Right.
Tapos it also happens for women around menopause because the hormones are fluctuating.
Okay, hormone
So
changes.
hormones, what it does is it increases yung production ng oil on the skin, and the oil is the food that the bacteria eat. So you're more inflammatory at that point. Kaya you will get pimples during that time, most common.
On the face. Okay, do you have pimples anywhere else? I mean, Doc, I have a pimple in my leg. Is that like a pimple or a boil?
Yeah, so a lot of people will get pimples on their chest, saka sa likod nila, and then a lot of people who exercise a lot and they're sweating and they're wearing tight clothes, they can get what looks like pimples, but actually it's what we call folliculitis. So it's an inflammation of the hair follicles.
Follicles. That's why it's folliculitis.
Yes, and it can be, makatiyan, and it can spread, and you will need, either topical antibiotics or even sometimes oral antibiotics.
Yeah, so iba pa yung eczema doon. Eczema is different. And
Acne, folliculitis,
Yeah, it's
The
not
mga
medical
Pilipino pati, we really have a lot of skin issues. Kaya maraming tayong magiging tanong dyan.
Siguro dahil di tayo sanay because Asian tayo, belong to the Asian yung sa equator, no?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so Marinel, thank you for your question. And our next question, Gab,
We have a question from Denison Marden from Chicago. Yan, the Windy City. Ito ang tanong. I have a long-distance relationship now. My mom says it's not a good idea. Should I give up my career and move closer to the loved one or my loved one? Or continue in a long-distance relationship? Please advise. Doc, ano
Sanay ka
masasabi
ata
niya?
dyan sa long-distance relationship, Gab.
Hindi kasi kami, pag nag-shooting kami, we just
diba?
base our experience on kung ano yung na-shooting na namin. Wala pa ako na-shooting na ganito. But, kung pag-uusapan mo ang long-distance relationship, kailan ba yun? I think that was in 1983 when I had to come to the United States. And may tumatawag sa akin sa Pilipinas. And,
Sino? Ano?
basta figure out na lang yun, 1983, 84, sino
Do your
yan?
math.
But anyway, when I had that relationship, totoo yun, mahirap.
Yeah.
Showbiz din to, but mahirap nga because you don't see each other, and especially during those days, and up to now, mahal ang mga phone calls. However, meron na tayong mga Viber, meron tayong mga, what do you call these, Magic Jack,
Right,
all of that. But still, long distance is long distance. Even if you have Facebook, FaceTime, it's just you see
Not
each other,
the
and
same.
you miss each other even more.
Yeah.
So, bahala kayo, whatever works. If you have to fly over there, if you feel that you have a good job over there, wait, kailan naman makakaalam nun. If you feel that you can hold on to your job here and give your fiancé, girlfriend, or whatever, you can find her a job here, why not? Pag-usapan niyo yun. Eventually, mom and dad are not going to be involved in this. It's just going to be the two of you.
It really boils down to you and your loved one. And of course, our parents try to give us advice on what they think will be the best for us. So you can listen to your mom, but really in the end, ang gusto naman ng parents natin is what is best for us and what will ultimately make us happy. So, it's one of those things, giving up your career for a loved one, only you can decide kasi depends yan what kind of future you see, because that's a big decision. And moving away from family or giving up your career for someone, you have to really know that they are committed.
Mabigat. It's a big decision, and whatever it is, I'm sure it will be the best kasi you guys are smart.
Yeah, and good luck with that. So thank you po sa mga questions ninyo today, and please remember that Gabby and I are here to answer your questions. So you can reach us, send us your questions in so many ways, and hopefully next week baka po question na ninyo ang sasagutin namin, right?
Ang
Gab?
social media, ang dami na ho. Of course, there's email, there are websites around there. We have the Facebook. We can even text us. Just ask your question. Just get it here, and maybe we can talk about it. And maybe next time we can have somebody here on the show.
That's a good idea. All right, till next time.